Good morning, everyone. It's Mitch. It's Thursday, and we're just here to talk some college football because Thursday is the day that college football officially kicks off these days. We got a great week of games. We've already talked about a few of them, and today we're going to talk about tonight's game. The North Carolina Tar Heels traveling to New Jersey to take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. We like the Rutgers Scarlet Knights laying the 5 points at home against the North Carolina Tar Heels. Before I get started, I just want to say that you don't see my normal white wall behind me. I know I get a lot of comments about the white wall. For something so blank, I sure get a lot of comments about it. It's just a white wall. It's in my house. If you guys have suggestions for what you want to see, that's all fine and well. But what you see today is out the window of my hotel room in Las Vegas. I don't want to mention the name of the hotel I'm staying at because they charged me $3 for 10 ounces of coffee, if you can believe that. The coffee's not even that good. But you can see the Eiffel Tower behind me. It's French themed and it's named the Paris. So if you guys are staying at the Paris, the people are very nice here. It's a decent hotel. But if you might want to think about packing your own coffee pot. We're not here to talk about coffee today. We're here to talk about college football. We're here to talk about Rutgers and North Carolina and why I like Rutgers laying the 5 points. I think that Rutgers played better than the score in their game against Fresno State. Yeah, you guys read my blog all the time. I always say the score is the score. You can't play better than the score because the score is the score of the game. But the score doesn't have to always be representative of how the game went. And I don't think it was representative of the score of the game when Fresno State played at Rutgers. Rutgers didn't take advantage of opportunities that were presented to them. When that happens, sometimes you see an unbalanced score on the scoreboard. I'm not saying Rutgers would have won that game because actually we had Fresno. But what I am saying is that Rutgers is a better football team than what they showed on the scoreboard that day. I think on the field they showed that they were better than what they showed on the scoreboard. I think that North Carolina, that Butch Davis has done a fine job there. I think he's brought in some new talent, some really great talent, and that's what Butch does. When he was the head coach of Miami, he brought in just some of the most unbelievable talent that we still see playing on Sundays today. When he was the recruiting coordinator at Miami back in the 80s under Jimmy Johnson, those teams were a dynasty and put together some unbelievable winning streaks. When Butch left Miami, his teams put together some unbelievable winning streaks as well. That was during his head coaching stint. But maybe that's where some of the problem here lies, is that Butch's sideline ability in coaching and game day decision making, I think it's questionable at best. I think Butch is, as far as his talent evaluation, his getting the personnel in there, no one is better. I mean, he's done it time and time again. But when it comes time to making that decision on the field as to what type of play needs to be run around or in what type of situation, Butch Davis seems to be the type of coach that calls the timeout and doesn't make good use of it. It just calls the timeout for the sake of calling a timeout. To me, that's not a smart place to put my money. Where I'm going to put my money is on Greg Schiano and his Scarlet Knights. Greg Schiano was, ironically, Butch Davis's defensive coordinator when Butch was the head coach at Miami, and Schiano was offered the head coaching job at Miami when it became vacant, but he wanted to stay at Rutgers because that's a program that he's been building. And maybe that's one of the biggest differences that we see today, is that Rutgers is a program that has already been built. Schiano already has a pipeline of talent coming in. Davis is building that pipeline of talent. And for that reason, I really want to stick with Scarlet Knights. I was ready to wrap it up there, but actually there's one more point I want to make, and that's that the Scarlet Knights play extremely well at Thursday night at home. They're 4-1 against the number on these Thursday night games that they play at home. So they're not only are they used to playing at home on Thursday nights, they're used to covering on Thursday nights, which is really why we're here today. So with that being said, we got a lot of college football. I'm going to be with you all week. This is Mitch, and thanks for joining me.